Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Sports Bronies meetup. My name is Diamondwitz or Nathaniel. This is Gallup or Leon, and
Hi.
then Sheila or Anthony. So you're probably wondering why is this recorded? Well, long story short, we had some issues come up, and we had planned on doing this live, and so we had audience participation, but unfortunately, we had to go with recording. And so if any of you are bummed by that, apologies in advance. But there is still a way for audience participation. We highly encourage that you while we're talking or the topics and stuff we covered today, and that you also participate. Put down in the comment section what you think or what what is your cherished memory sports, as that is one of the things we will be covering. We're gonna mainly talk about sports, introduce ourselves, how sports work at Equestria, and talk about our cherished memories, really. So I think we should um, introduce ourselves further. Like I said, I am Diamondwoods, and my teams are in baseball, the Oakland A's, the New York Mets, hockey, the San Jose Sharks, and the Philadelphia Flyers, and football, I got the Fresno State Bulldogs in college, and then NFL, the San Francisco 49ers. And yes, I am a two sport fan pleb.
Yeah, I'm this is Galapagos or AJ in rules. So I'm a fan of the Rangers, and unfortunately, they're not very good. Uh, but also started watching hockey's, and my team would be the Dallas Stars.
And I am Shikra, and my NFL team is the Kansas City Chiefs. My Major League Baseball team is the Kansas City Royals. I started watching hockey rather recently, but my team is the St. Louis Blues, and I'm kind of a fan of the Thunder from Oklahoma City in the NBA.
I just realized you're like the only real NBA fan we got right now, right here.
I mean,
Yeah,
only kind of. I'm not
yeah,
super into it, but I still watch it.
yeah. I'm
so
not
one.
really into the NBA scene, but I have been watching The Last Dance. So that's pretty
Oh,
good.
I need to watch that actually. Actually, that's one of the things we were gonna. I think that's one thing I forgot to mention. So audience, how much do you miss sports?
Yeah.
Because we miss it. I think it's been 60 days since the last game has been played in North America.
Yeah, I was at the Stars game where they lost to the Rangers like 2 days before the NHL shut down. It's about 2 months ago.
I think the last game I watched, I cannot remember. It's been a while. I cannot. Oh, duh, it's been a while, but I cannot remember. I kind of cannot remember the last live sports game I watched. I think maybe like Monday or Tuesday. It had to be the Sharks or the Flyers. Most likely the Flyers because they were red hot. They had come off of recently a 9-game winning streak and they were just boom, 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 cruising.
Yeah.
And obviously, we know why, and we know you don't want probably most likely a lot of you don't want to talk about COVID-19, the whole reason why sports are completely
Yeah.
shut down. We're not here to talk about that. You guys know you don't want to discuss that, but there is, if you're a baseball fan or just want to see anything sports. Also, thank goodness for the real quick. Thanks goodness for the NFL draft. That was really nice to get some actual live sports for the first time in a while. They actually broke a ratings record by like I think 3 million was a previous record viewers.
Really.
That was, yeah, that it's like wow, people miss sports. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was saying though. There is sports going on, just not in North America. Right now in Korea, they have the KBO baseball going on, and you can either what they can. ESPN is showing, I think games like once or twice, like one game a day or something.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure how exactly,
They have
but
like They have a
Yeah, and then
10 team league, so
oh god, they're a small league. Okay, but then again, it's Korea. I don't know. Big country, not very big, but
Well, heck,
but
the
go ahead.
the XFL only had 8 teams, was it?
Oh yeah. Oh man, XFL. I was enjoying that.
yeah.
It was. I was going for the Easter reference because I'm a Northern California native, and God forbid I root for an LA-based team. I do not like LA-based teams. Just ask me about the Kings, or I despise and the team, mainly teams in Anaheim. I despise. Not like the Angels or the Ducks.
Yeah.
But yeah, but yeah, if you guys are wanting to see anything in sports, BSPN is showing live games, but those games are going to be on rather late. Like you'll be up to like I don't know 3 or 4 in the morning. But if you don't want to be up that late, ESPN will reshow the game around a much better appropriate awake time. Or like I think around midday or something. You have to look at the schedule online, but ESPN and ESPN2 are showing games. So if you want to see some sports, and it's a little different. One thing I know about KBO is they will show bat flips. They take that to an art form. So that is one thing to keep an eye on if you're going to watch KBO is they really take the bat flipping to an art form.
Yeah, and even other than the KBO, there's also the CPBL, which is based in Taiwan.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Manny Ramirez played there for like half a year back in 2013.
Oh yeah, I think I recall. You went to a game that he played.
Yeah, I got like the first row seats behind home plate. So.
Oh wow. Okay, well.
Speaking of sports memories.
Yeah. All right, so I think the first thing we should probably cover is our favorite cherished memories. So I think I'll probably go and start off. So I know one of my favorites. This is more of a recent one. There's a few I've liked. There's a few I've always liked. The A's winning division back in 2012. God, I remember that day so vividly. The San Jose Sharks comeback against Vegas when they had that controversial major penalty that resulted in 4 power play goals. Oh my goodness, I was losing my mind for that. But
now
the main one behind that, also it felt real quick. It felt so good to get back at Vegas. I was getting real tired of losing it. But anyway, what was the one I want to talk about is Fresno State, the end of the 2018 Fresno State football season. Now, what's funny is that was my first year following the Bulldogs, and I didn't know how good they were the year before or until I started, going. I was a season ticket holder, kind of in a way season ticket holder the past 2 years. And you're thinking, well, why Fresno State Bulldogs? Why not, Cal or Stanford? I'm like, well, easy. Fresno State's where I go to school. So it's like, want to cheer for my, my team,
Yeah, that's where a lot of sports ties come from.
Yeah. So Fresno is just the stadium itself. The field is nice. Just the whole entire stadium. It was built on my community. It's probably one of the poorest stadiums I've ever seen, but I like the atmosphere. I've been to like all the past 2 years. I've been to all but one Fresno State home game the past 2 years since I started going to school there. This past year sucked, but anyway, going back to the end of 2018 season, going fast forward to the Mountain West Championship game. Fresno State, I think, is like ranked. They are ranked. I think they're ranked in the high mid-20s. They're like about as high as you can go without being unranked, or low, I should say, about as low ranked as you can be without being unranked. Boise State, I think, was ranked like 22. First time in Mountain West history, both teams were ranked, and it was a very big deal for Fresno State fans because before that game, Fresno State hadn't won there in like 34 years. Back when Boise State's field was still green. That's how long. I mean, we had Pat Hill never won there. I think Kevin Sweeney both are legendary Fresno State head coaches. Like Pat Hill never won, and Kevin Sweeney, I think, took a while. I think he won. Yeah, Kevin Sweeney had to win, but then he never won one. Yeah, but anyway, so that's the main thing. And we had and then Fresno State. These two teams they clashed in the 2017 Mountain West game where Boise State won, and this was like by the time this Mountain West game happened, this was like the fourth time in the last, I don't know, in 2 years that these two teams would clash. And so these teams were getting very familiar. There's always been a rivalry going on with these teams. I really started feeling, and I do not like Boise. They're my college team. I do not like now.
They're not LA.
Oh no, but I maybe actually despise them right now more than LA, just mainly because the LA teams aren't doing as good. I mean, my Boise's still doing as good. But anyway, I remember the game so vividly. It was snowing. It was a little bit of a low-scoring game, but it was a defensive battle, but it was an entertaining defensive battle. We had snow. Our freshman kicker, Asa Fuller, kicked like 2 field goals from 37, 43 yards, both in the snow, which was even more clutch. They had like Alexander Madison, the Boise State running back, was like rushing for over 200 yards. And I think I forgot how many touches he had, but it was a ridiculous amount of touches. It's like they were just feeding him the ball so much. And we were like the defense was just holding up for so long. I remember just being so anxious the entire game. I'm like, oh my god! Mm-hmm.
But
I remember one key play why we won that game was we had a blocked extra point. I think by Matt Botane blocked the extra point, and I think because that's right. Because I think that's right. Fresno State was like leading 13-7. Then Boise State tied the touchdown. Extra point would have put them in the lead, but no. Yes, would have put them in the lead, but Matt Botane blocked the extra point. That was just, I forgot what quarter that happened. I think it was like the third or fourth quarter. Then I'm going fast forward because I think I'm taking up a lot of time here. Excuse me.
Yeah.
So and it goes to overtime, and then Boise State gets a field goal, tied it. It went to overtime, tied at 13. Boise State kicks a field goal, 16-13, and then it only took one overtime. And Fresno State again gets the ball. And I remember then they make a couple plays. Jared Rice, the tight end, gets close. I'm like, get in there.
What are you, a Sim?
And then, what?
No, you sound like the Sims just then.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I probably sound like the Sims because I was losing. I'm like, oh my god! And then I started remembering this play. Next play, McMarion, third down. I think from like the 2-yard line. McMarion takes the snap. He's rushing it first. Then he's about to get tackled. Shovels it to Ronnie Rivers, the running back. Jet sweep, turn, and I remember the announcer. Turns the corner and in. Touchdown. Bulldogs win. And then we would go on. We won Mountain West. Won at Boise for the first time in 34 years. I was losing my mind. Like, oh my goodness, I loved it. That was because that's the closest feeling I've ever gotten to a team winning a title, which I've been in sports since like 2009, and I still have yet to see my team win a title. I've seen my team go to the Big Dance 4 times, got nothing so far out of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, when Fresno State won it, that was it was incredible feeling. And then we go to the Las Vegas Bowl. I actually went to that game. I went 40 straight hours with no sleep because the school offered a bus ride, but we left at midnight for that.
Yeah,
ridiculous.
Must have been a long
and then
bus
I remember
ride.
Yeah. Versus they ended up winning that game 31-20, I think. First half they kind of struggled a little bit. They took a 10-0 lead after a Tate Kelly pick 6, which was, oh my gosh, that was such a mess. If you want to YouTube Tate Kelly pick 6 2018 Las Vegas Bowl. That was just a very magical moment, that pick 6. I think it was for like 70 something yards. Ridiculous. And then Fresno ended in the second half, all Fresno State. our defense, which we had known all year, our defense was really the key to that season because I think we went like 3 or 4 games in a row without giving up a touchdown at one point. That's how good that defense was.
Yeah.
And we beat Arizona State second half. All we gave up was a field goal after being down like 17-14, I think. And then Ronnie Rivers carried for 200 yards, 2 touchdowns. And he was a sophomore, mind you. He was a beast. That it might be a future NFL draft pick here, possibly after his senior year, whenever that happens.
Yeah.
And
Well,
Bulldogs win Las Vegas Bowl, finished ranked 18th in the country. It was an awesome season.
that's
My
good.
first year following college football, truly, and I loved it.
Now you're a fan for life.
Yep, I am a Golden State fan for life now because of that.
Well,
I took up a lot of time there, So, Gallup, how about your turn?
Well, since the Rangers never won the World Series, I think that my most cherished moment is watching Randy Johnson win his 300th game. Just because, I was planning on going to see Randy Johnson when he pitched in Washington D.C. because I lived in that area at the time. But on June 3rd, the game got rained out, so we had to come back the next day using rain checks. And even then, it was still kind of rainy, so the game was delayed for like half an hour. But he was playing for the Giants. That's probably something not a lot of people remember.
I do.
And yeah, but then the Giants back in 2009 weren't very strong offensively, but they managed to get 2 runs in the second, and Randy managed to kind of keep them in check, allowing only 1 unearned run. But then but then he had to go to the bullpen, and then they almost blew it in the 8th when they loaded the bases on a single and 2 walks. And then it was Brian Wilson before he grew a beard versus Adam Dunn. He went to a full count, and then Wilson threw a pitch that was kind of low, but it was called strike 3. So, and then the Giants scored 3 more runs to put it away. And yeah, I was never a big Randy Johnson fan, but I was a fan of the 300 win milestone. And so that's kind of getting to watch that was one of the most special times in my life. So yeah, who knows if there's ever going to be another 300 game winner. Justin Verlander is at 225, and he's already 37, and he's probably going to miss half a year to a year. So, but
Yeah.
hey, Randy Johnson pitched till he's 46 to get 300 wins.
Yeah, he pitched for a long time. I remember that season. He was a Giant. He was mad, but he just got enough wins to get that 300.
Yeah, well, he tore his rotator cuff when he got to 303, and he never won another game after that. So, good thing he won 300 when he did. So,
all right, Secret. Oh no, I'm sorry.
No, Chikra, you want to tell us your best story?
Yeah. So I could choose a lot of moments in recent years. The Royals winning the World Series, the Blues winning the Cup. I could even say the Super Bowl, but I have a 49ers fan present, so I won't do that.
I'm one real quick. That one play I am the most mad about from that game. That 3rd and 15 with 7 minutes to go.
The Wasps.
They stopped that. I think 49ers win the Super Bowl. That was a total momentum. But anyway, go ahead. Continue.
But I'll choose the Texans game that I went to.
Oh my God!
When they got out to a 24-0 lead, and we came storming back and never looked back. When we got there, as soon as it started, I could tell it was going to be a weird day because, I think the second or third play, there's a blown coverage, and the Texans scored like a 50-yard touchdown or something like that. And I was like, oh, come on, guys, you got to get it together. Then all the drop passes, the block kick led to another touchdown for the Texans. And then a little bit of back and forth action, but nothing scored. And then Tyreek muffed a punt, which led to another Texans touchdown. And at that point, I was just feeling nauseous. I was like, here we go again, because I'd been to the Titans game and the Steelers game the years before, which have PTSD from those games. But
Chiefs lost.
thank Christ this one was different. It was actually us coming back from a deficit instead of losing one. But after McCole Hardman got that what was it, a 60-yard return punt, it just everything came to life after that, and we scored 7 straight touchdown drives, and en route to a 51-31 victory.
Yeah, it was surprisingly lopsided for such comeback.
I was watching that game on TV, and that was probably the quickest 180 I had ever seen in sports. Probably that was ridiculous. Just how horribly they blew that lead, and how quick they blew it. Like, oh my!
Yeah, I actually timed it, and the Chiefs scored 3 touchdowns in 3.5 minutes. If that tells you anything.
Oh my!
At the 10-minute mark to the 6:30-minute mark in the second quarter.
Oh my goodness!
And then that 4th touchdown with Mahomes dragging his left toe and getting that ball into Kelsey's arms. It was just one of the craziest plays I've ever seen.
I'm sure getting to watch it live made it even more special.
Oh yeah, it was amazing. The atmosphere in Arrowhead, you can't get anything quite like it.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh yeah, I bet.
Oh. Yeah, well,
that's
special memories.
It was nice to go out there and actually see them win a playoff game in person for once.
Yeah, I've been to.
And now I've seen them.
Been to like
seen
6
them
Rangers playoff games, and they won only 1.
Oh man,
that's the Rangers for you. The Rangers are just. I apologize for that. They are just a choke artist franchise. I apologize to Rangers fans who might not be happy about that, but it just amazes me how much they've just choked in a playoff. Ridiculous. I can't regular season too.
Yeah.
Well, we don't have a lot of time left, so I think we should probably get to the other topic I mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
How would sports work at Equestria? And well, the main thing I'm thinking is obviously we had a little bit of things tapped onto, like horse hockey.
Apparently baseball in Equestria.
Yeah, apparently baseball works.
Yeah.
You got Gabby swinging. Buckball seems to be the growing sport. Seems to be the growing big sport in Equestria. That one seems to be. I'm thinking what cities would have teams? Like I'm thinking Manhattan. I don't know about Appaloosa. Didn't Appaloosa have a buckball team?
Yeah, they did.
That's where buckball was invented.
That is true, actually. Yeah. Let's see. Crystal Empire, I think, would be an interesting choice. Canterlot.
Yeah.
I think San Francisco was something on the map, Equestria map.
Yeah.
Las Vegas, Vancouver, Philadelphia, Baltimore.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking big cities because those are the big markets, in sports where that's the best way. Unless you're a Green Bay and have a population not even 100. I think maybe just hit 100,000.
Well, Green Bay is not too far from Milwaukee.
Yeah.
It's basically Milwaukee.
Milwaukee.
Unless you're Green Bay and just have that weird thing where a bunch of you have a bunch of minority owners. I just say you're going to be a big market city that's got to hold a team or whatever. However, Equestria's thing works, whatever their system is down there.
Yeah, well, I think the one reason why buckball is so popular is because, look, when they kind of adapt our sports in their world, it's going to be something that's going to be pretty uncomfortable for the ponies to play. Because just imagine like stick handling or swinging a bat while holding it in their jaws. It's gonna really hurt their jaws and give them a lot of whiplash. Uh, but
Like just
bug
imagine trying to talk with a sticky mouth, like I'm open, I'm open,
Yeah, and there's going to be a lot of communication on the ice or in the field. But then
That's why they just gotta use unicorns.
bug
Unicorns
ball
are
actually like is an original sport, so it makes use of like all of their
all
pony
three
special
races.
powers. Yeah, and
oh
then
yeah,
it's also simple enough that you can actually there would probably be if there was BABSCon going on in person, there would probably be bug ball matches.
oh yeah, huh? And one thing I just realized, I just thought it was Pegasus. I think in terms of like their talent per race, like Pegasus would probably like more speed and stuff in terms of sports. Earth ponies would probably be more power and stuff. Like just power forward or power hitter or stuff like that. But I'm thinking, what would unicorns have? Like maybe like technique or like what would unicorn specialty be in sports?
They've
Being
been
able to hold
managers.
things without using their mouths.
Probably. I can't really think of anything for unicorns.
Yeah,
I mean, if their magic is strong enough, they could hit a home run every time.
Oh gosh. Although one thing that makes me weird, how would they do that? Because I mirror in the Equestria Games episode, they had like a thing like a magic suppressor for unicorns, like
oh
well
yeah.
for fans that were entering, they had like a magic suppressor. So I think maybe only the players had access to magic. I'm not really sure how that worked again. I cannot quite remember.
Yeah, I think they managed to use like a manic suppressor for that buckball game that Rainbow Dash had to cheerlead uh, for like the unicorns playing that are not like actually playing like in the non-unicorn positions.
Yeah, like I'm not. I'm just. Yeah, that's one thing to keep track. Is like I think there's because we've had some controversy mishaps. I feel like there might be, and unfortunately, the negative side of sports by not having a question is, of course, using illegal magic they're not allowed to use. Like I feel like that might be a thing. Or like
Yeah,
how we've had steroids in baseball, which that's a big thing, especially
yeah.
in the '90s.
Well,
And,
baseball isn't the
and
only
like
sports with steroids.
yeah, and NFL players, and we have NFL players who like to get in trouble. That's another thing. There has not been much in hockey. Like, I think a lot of players seem to keep their nose clean, though completely. There have been some mishaps. In NBA, well, I don't really know. Secret, what do you think is the problem with NBA players possibly that have mishaps that have happened?
Honestly, I don't know of anything.
Well,
Uh,
you got people living like extravagant lifestyles. Like the Last
yes.
Stand has
Well,
a
yeah,
lot
but
of
that's kind of like all sports players, though.
Well, it's
Like, look
definitely
at Antonio Brown.
Oh God, Antonio Brown. Oh my goodness, that whole diva episode. I really hope he's doing better because it's clear that guy needs help. Really, it's clear he just really needs help. Well, looks like only got 1 minute left, so it looks like we're just about out of time, man. It kind of
yeah,
sucks. We only had half an hour, but So,
yeah.
audience, I hope you had a fun time enjoying our talks, and I feel kind of bad. My story took up a lot of time. I feel like my story took up like I think 8 minutes or something.
A very
Darn.
special
Oh,
moment for you. Yeah,
it
we
is. I
had
just feel a little guilty. You guys kind of kept it quick, and I like kind of hogged a lot of time, because
that's
I feel a little
okay.
guilty about it. Oh well, but oh well. But
Well,
hey, so audience,
if we had more
we want to. Oh, go ahead.
if we had more time, we could have drafted a team of ponies.
Oh yeah, that would have been a good. That's maybe something future we can maybe talk about. Yes.
Yeah.
Um. So, audience, like I said, we heavily encourage audience participation, and we want to hear from you. Like, hey, lay it down in the comments. Like, what are your favorite cherished memories? How do you think sports political Equestria, or whatever else we talked about, really? And so we're about out of time. So everyone, please stay safe, stay inside, wash your hands, and hope you all enjoy BABSConline for this year. And you guys have a great rest of your con.
All right.
Take care.